Today's practice is about courage and strength. Courage to try, having the strength to do it and to stick with it, to having the tenacity. Our yoga is a time together to build that courage and that strength while reflecting on the ultimate life's instruction manual. Stay with me. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga, and this is your yoga from home. This is your yoga where we combine scripture with our yoga. The word strong is mentioned in the Bible 360 times. That's a lot. And it's mentioned in several different ways. It's mentioned as in God's strength, it's mentioned as in individuals' strength, and it's mentioned as in people's strength in their faith, for believers to stay strong in their faith. The concept of strength is an important theme in the Bible, and it is emphasized throughout in the power of God and our need for us to rely on Him in all that we do for our strength. And you think, oh, relying on God, I'm going to rely on myself. Well, it doesn't work. You do the best you can, but you have to ultimately come to that strength and find that strength in God. Let's start in a really strong pose in our bodies. You can do this. Yes, you can. And that strong pose is called child's pose. And you're thinking, hey, wait a minute, child's pose, that's not a real strong pose. That's a piece of cake. Well, it's a strong pose because you're going to surrender. And it's really hard for so many of us to surrender, isn't it? So think as surrender is to strength, as rest is to effort. So come into this pose, a strong pose, child's pose. To do that, maybe you have a couple of blocks, maybe you've got a little towel nearby and some water, but you're just gonna come into this pose that is gonna help you focus on the moment. That's real important. Knees can be together, big toes touching. You can bring your chest on down. You can rest here, bringing a block into the picture so you can bring the ground up to you, allowing your chest or your forehead to rest here. Arms can be down by your sides. That's a fine, classic variation of child's pose. I'm going to take a wide-legged child's pose. That's a variation of knees spread wide, big toes touching, hips back to the heels. Come on down, reach your arms long and strong forward. Rest on the block or rest on the ground. That is your child's pose. Okay, strength and courage. They're mentioned a lot in the Bible, and they're combined together a lot. No surprise. At its root, the word courage connotes or suggests strength. They go hand in hand. Let's look at a few of the couplings of this throughout this practice. As you take in your child's pose, take in deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth. Sigh it out. Here's the verse I'd like you to focus on in your child's pose. The verse says, "Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Be strong and be courageous." That's some bare bones encouragement right there, isn't it? And that's in Joshua chapter 10, verse 25. I'll say it again. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Be strong and be courageous. That's boiled down to the essence, isn't it? In your practice today, focus on these words. Focus on your body and the feelings in your body. And in those feelings in your body, don't let those feelings hurt. If they're hurting you, come out of it. You don't ever want to hurt in your practice. It's not about hurting. It's not about taking something to 110%. Work within your range. Work with what's comfortable for you. Maybe you've never done yoga before. Maybe it's been a long time since you've been here on your mat. Maybe you've been injured. Don't push it. Do what feels good. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe focus on closing your lips and breathing in and out of your nose. Now that bare bones verse, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Be strong and be courageous. Stated and restated many other times throughout the Bible, and we're going to talk about those and expand on those in just a second. So in your child's pose, make a decision here. Do you wish to stay here or do you want to come out of it? If you want to come out of it, we're going to work our way into a toes pose. I know this is a really hard pose, but you can do it because you take it gently and kindly. To work out of your child's pose, if you want, come on up to standing on your knees. Place your Bend your ankles so your toes are up towards your shins, and then have a seat back on your heels. Here's where the blocks come in handy. Maybe you use them to bring the ground up to you, and maybe you don't hinge too far back because it just is painful. If it's painful, back out of it. Remember, no pain. All right, you can also sit back on your heels if that feels all right for you. You can use the blocks or no blocks at all. You can bring your hands to prayer center. You can close your eyes and rest here. All right, so let's go back to what we were talking about. In Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, it states, "Have I not commanded you? Be courageous and be strong. Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." With you wherever you go. Someone to go with you wherever you go. There's a comfort in that, isn't there? All right, let's come into an ankle pose here because this is pretty uncomfortable. Bring the tops of your feet down onto your mat and then have a seat back on your heels. So in this pose, your toes pose and your ankle pose, you're stretching and bending and moving your ankles, increasing your range of motion there. So important for your balance. I'm going to let my knees stay together and come on up off of the mat. So maybe that stretch feels good. Maybe it doesn't. It's up to you. So I'm going to go back to toes pose. Just moving the ankles, moving the feet a little bit or a lot. But just move. Just try. Then I'm going to come back to the ankle pose. You can use your hands as a kickstand. And then let's come back to a neutral tabletop. In a neutral tabletop, your wrists are over your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Lift your feet up, bend your toes, wiggle your toes, circle your ankles, and then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Now come to a seat. In your seated position, you're going to send your legs long, and we're going to do that seated forward fold. Toes up to the sky, arms lift high, lengthen up here. You feel like a big letter L. Lengthen up, and then exhale. Reach your arms forward, hollow out your belly, and reach your fingers forward. So you're really reaching, looking forward, reaching your fingers towards your ankles, your feet, whatever feels right. And then fold forward, bring your gaze towards your knees. Just let that stretch feel good. Come on up, shoulders over your wrists. Bring the blocks between your legs for a wide-legged forward fold. Legs are extended, toes up toward the sky, little bend in the knees if that feels better. You can bring your elbows to the block and play with your blocks. They got lots of height. Use them. Maybe your forearms are on the block, maybe your elbows, maybe you bring your forehead to your blocks. You do what's right for you. Rest here, and let's go back to that verse. All right, the bare bones version. Do not be afraid, don't be discouraged. Be strong. Be courageous. You've got it in you. The Bible says that in many places. Let's look at Psalm 27. That's verse 14 in that chapter. And we're going to look at it in the same thing, but in different versions of the Bible. One version says, "Be brave and courageous. Be strong and take heart." Another variation. "Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart." And lastly, take heart. Don't quit. There's a pattern emerging here. Do you see it? I have to be. There's a lot of being here. Be brave, be courageous, be strong. But there's also some taking. I get to take. And what do I get to take? We'll come back to that in a second. So are you enjoying this pose? Are you stretching out the inner thighs? Are you being in the present moment? Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Nice big stretch here. Stay here longer if you like. We're going to come now into a cat-cow pose. In your cat-cow pose, this is so good for your neck. It increases your neck flexibility. Bring your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. And you're going to tuck your neck, your chin to your chin. You're going to tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under. And then you're going to take the crown of your head, lift it to the sky, and take your tailbone to the sky. Focus on your neck. Think about the flexibility going on in your neck here. Tucking the chin, extending the crown of the head up to the sky. So there's flexibility in your neck. And now think about your shoulders. There's flexibility and movement in your shoulders. Push the earth away. Also, there's flexibility in your spine. Your spine is moving into the shape of a letter C, and then it's coming into a C in the other direction. So in addition to this, what's going on? Your hips here, they're getting a stretch too, aren't they? Your spine, you're pushing the earth away, tops of your feet into your mat, hands into your mat. Your spine is stretching and moving, letting it feel so good. You're strengthening your spine. You're strengthening the tailbone, moving it here. Tension in your neck, it's going to go away because you're moving it. Movement helps relieve the tension. Let's get into the hips a little bit more. In your neutral tabletop, extend your right leg long. Push the ball of your foot into the earth. Lift the right leg, cross it over the midline of your body. Squeeze high in the upper inner thighs. Look over your left shoulder, look back to your foot. How does that feel? Right leg, sweep it around. Bring the foot to about hip height and send the right arm up to the sky. Stretch. Other side, knees come together. Left leg extends. Ball of the foot is pressed into the earth. Lift the left extended leg, cross it over the midline, squeeze in your upper inner thighs, look over your right shoulder. Look back to your foot, to your knee, to your bottom. Extend the left leg long. Your left arm up, up, up to the sky. Plant your hand. Bring the knees back together. When you're ready, tuck your toes towards your shins. Come into a downward facing dog. In your down dog, feet are hip width distance apart. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Heels are elevated and you're going to pedal them. Shake your neck and let it go. When you're ready, kick your right leg high. Sweep it through to a low lunge. You're going to bring the right foot in front of the body. You're going to have your right knee over your right ankle. Drop down to your back knee and let the top of the left foot be on the mat. We're going to take this lunge on our knee. We're going to lift our arms to the sky and take a baby back bend and then reach forward like you're giving someone a gift. Same thing, arms go up, take a baby back bend, reach forward as if you're giving someone a gift. Stay here and do this a few more times. Let it feel good for you. In fact, start to work that right front knee back and forth as well. Breathe, get the movement going there. Let it feel good. All right, we were talking about taking courage in those verses. Take courage. Take, that means to get from somewhere, to take it. It's coming to you. You don't have it. You've got to take it. And where is it coming from? Here are some other verses that'll tell you where it's coming from. Be strong and take heart, all who hope in the Lord. Be strong and courageous, all who put their hope in the Lord. All right, let's go to the other side. Knees together, left foot forward. We're going to take this lunge on our knee. We're going to reach high, baby back bend, reach forward, take a big stretch. A few of those. Let it feel good. Then start to work the left leg straight as you reach and extend and reach and extend. All right, here's some more. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all who wait for the Lord. Last one. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Those are all Psalm 31, verse 24, in different variations, different versions of the Bible. So, what do I take from that? I have got to be, and then he will give. I get to take. All right, so as we finish up in the comfort of this gentle lunge, let's come in to a pose that really tests our strength. This is a big one. Let's come into plank. All right, so in your plank pose, lots of ways to take it. Do what feels right for you. This is a real strengthening challenge. You can come to a neutral tabletop. You can walk your hands a little more forward and your knees a little more back. You can hinge your weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. If it doesn't feel good on your wrists, ball your hands into fists, or drop down to your forearms. You can send your legs a little further back and create a flat back. You can take a dolphin plank, which is the forearms are down, fingers spread wide. You can stay right here on your knees or pop your toes towards your shins and lift on up and hold your plank. Lastly, a classic variation of a plank is to have your arms extended, shoulders over your wrists, legs long, belly tucked in, back as flat as you can get it, and just lengthen here in your plank pose. Hold it as long as you like, as long as feels right for you, and just remember, every little bit you're doing is good. Every little bit you're doing of prayer, every little bit of exercise you're doing, every little bit of yoga you're doing is strengthening you, strengthening your mind, strengthening your soul, strengthening your body. It's all good. Hold it here. Stay strong. You are strong. Have courage. You stay strong. You can do it. Yes, you can. Hold it as long as feels right. You come out of it when you need to. Push the earth away. Breathe. And then I'm going to come out of it. Come down to your knees. We're going to do a supine twist. For your supine twist, maybe get a drink of water. Maybe that feels good. Because plank is a challenge. It really challenges your strength, but I admire you because you had the courage to try. All right. A little bit of water. We'll do supine twist. Supine, lying down, and a twist. What this pose is good for, it's good for your digestion. Good for your digestion, your elimination. It creates balance in your body, and it opens you up and relaxes the chest, the shoulders, and your upper back muscles. You'll feel it. Let's go there. All right. So slowly recline, maybe hands to prayer center as you reflect on your courage and strength, and we come on down. We come all the way down to recline. There's the supine part. Here's the twist part. Left leg is long on your mat. Left calf plugged in, left toes drawn up. Bend your right knee, hug it in with your fingers underneath the knee. Hold it here. And you know what? If the knee seems really far away, take your towel, hook it under the knee, and just hold it here. For the twist part, we're going to roll onto the left hip, and we're going to have that left hand encourage the right knee down on the left side of the body. Here's where the opening up of the chest part goes. So you got the digestion and elimination thing going on in this twist down here. Bring the right shoulder down and tee out your right arm and look right. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's go back to that bare bones scripture verse. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. Be strong. Be courageous. And how do you do that? You're strong and courageous because you put your trust in the Lord. You're strong and you let your heart take courage because you are trusting in the Lord. Be of good courage and He shall strengthen your heart. All right, so you're looking to the right. Your chest is open, keeping the right shoulder open. Breathe over that extended arm. Finish up, right hip comes down, hug the right knee in just because it feels good, and circle the ankle. Extend the right leg long, bend the left knee, hug the knee in, maybe circle the ankle this way and that. Right hand takes the left knee and guides it across the midline of your body as you tee out your left arm and look to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Really exhale. Bring your belly button back to your spine to deepen that twist. As you're ready, slowly bring your left hip back on down, hug the left knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. We're going to take a pontoon pose. This feels so good in the front of the hips, the hip flexors. I'm going to use a block to help me here. If you don't have a block, that's all right. Let's go into a bridge pose first. Bend your knees, bring your feet under your knees, send your hips high. Arms can be down by your sides as you push into your feet and just feel the release in the hips here. I'm going to place a block, or you could place 2 blocks side by side to create a nice big full surface for down there, and then rest your bottom on it. send your legs long. You could use a towel under here if you want, or you could just send your legs long. Point your toes and just feel the goodness in the stretch in the hips here. Arms down by your sides, eyes closed. You're strong. You're courageous. You're brave. You're doing, you're trying. And that's all that counts. Do and try and rest in the being. Breathe in, breathe out. Your pontoon pose, stretching the front of these hips. We all sit way, way too much. And think about it, when you sit, these hip flexors are shortened. Now we're really lengthening them, aren't we? Really let that feel good. Stay here, palms face up, and just be at peace. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay longer if you like. I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to go back to that bridge pose where you press the hips up. I'm going to pull the blocks out, and I'm going to come into a final Shavasana pose. But as you come down, focus on one vertebra at a time. Coming on down, all the way down till your tailbone comes down. Legs go long. Find that towel maybe and cover your eyes. Heels toward the edges of your mat. Palms face up. Rest and reflect here. Not only do we need to rest our bodies, but we need to rest our minds. Tuck your shoulders under a little bit more as you kind of create a shelf for your heart. That's kind of a nice way to visualize it. Let your pinky toes fall to the edges of your mat. Soften in your face. And just let your body be. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth and soften the area between your eyebrows. Breaths in and breaths out. Peace, stillness, and silence. Deepen your breath. Focus only on your breath. Stay here in your final Shavasana pose. It's a great place to be. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Reflect on your courage and your strength. And where does it come from? Dive deep, dig deep. We all have courage, we all have strength, but what is your source? What is your wellspring? We are all weak, we all have weaknesses, but where does your strength come from? Take heart, don't quit, be strong, be courageous, all who put their hope in the Lord. That is where your strength comes from. As you reflect here in your final Shavasana pose and stay here and just enjoy it for as long as feels good for you. Reflect on your practice today in the verse that we discussed. I guarantee you'll be better equipped to face your day and what lies ahead. Dive a little bit deeper into the verses. Read each word, explore the words, explore and let God speak to you. Stress number, if you took one in the beginning, how are you feeling now stress-wise? All right, guys, have a great day. Stay in your Shavasana, and we'll see you on your mats next time. Love you guys.